Dear all, I wanted to share with you a ritual that I just designed for myself, for my own needs right now. But after doing it, I thought it would be great to share it with everyone. Um, the thought came that what's happening right now could be triggering to us on so many levels, including the history that we hold and similar occurrences like this that happened before, and the what our ancestors held, and what they went through, and how that could still be playing up in us, even though we are in a very different space, time, situation, reality. We might still hold that in some ways. So the ritual is on the wheel, and on it, it's the will of ancestors who, in the context of a, a situation like now, so a disaster situation or a pandemic situation or something similar, something affecting everyone in various forms. In the south, those ancestors who survived, who recovered and survived. In the north, those who didn't survive. In the west, those ancestors who lost, and this could be lost people, lost property, lost possessions, lost their homes, lost the place where they belong, communities, and so on and so forth. And in the east, those who gained, and it could be gained financially or otherwise. And outside of the wheel is the place of healing, the place outside of that context, the place outside of that dynamic. So what I did, I stood in each direction, starting with the south, those who survived, seeing what is happening there, seeing what is happening in my body there, and then taking that energy into the healing space, into the space outside of the will, and seeing what is needed there for the healing to start to soften what's happening. And then when it felt enough, I moved to the north, to those who didn't survive, and see what's happening there. How does it feel there? And again, stepping into the place of healing and what is different there. And then I stepped into the west, the place of those ancestors who lost. And all the time, as you start feeling into it, as things start to come up, one part of you is in it, feeling it, and another part of you is asking yourself what is needed, what resources are needed, what movement is needed, and make that movement or bring that resource. So I used flowers where needed, and then take this energy into a healing space, into a healing place outside of the will. See what is needed there. And then I moved into the east, into the place of those who gained. And again, felt into what was present there, what was coming up, and what was needed. And I had to be mindful of my own interpretations and judgments of each position and of each place. So very clearly staying only with body sensations, only with movement of energy in the will. and then taking that energy again into the place of healing and seeing what will happen. And then for me, the final movement that I did on that wheel was to step in the middle of, in the center of the wheel, and as myself to acknowledge each direction with an offering of a prayer, with a wishing for well-being, for growth, for movement, for light, for transformation, for healing in each of the four, acknowledging my own place in any dynamics or entanglements that could be relevant for me in this situation. So I'm wishing you a good ritual, and it is, in my experience, quite powerful and could be quite triggering. So make sure you are in a very safe space, that you are, that you are protecting yourself, that you have water available, and at any point feel free to stop it, step out, have a breather and then step in. And if you have any questions or you want to share anything, feel free to contact me. Stay safe, wash your hands.